Hello everyone, we're in week 4 of our HTML designing for our web pages. This week was a little bit more challenging, but a lot more fun. Once I got the hang of it, really started to make some sense. Still had to look up some things through Google, but we found it. Step 1 in our parallel project assignment this week was to design and develop a web page where it contains a form. It allows a user to make a single choice from each of the two different categories or products or services that your business provides, as well as multiple choices for a third category of product or service. This product must show the price per unit of each item and allow the user to enter the quantity required for each item if appropriate, and then the tax on products and services must also be indicated. So here we have a journal where you'd be able to write a journal, obviously. I also have a sobriety calculator, so that way you could always have tabs on your sobriety, and then a t-shirt, and then I had a box for tax exempt. And as you can see, you could write in here, I would like 2, I would like 5 or 3, and 5 t-shirts. And the prices are right here. We got $5.99 for the journal, $15.99 for the sobriety calculator, and $25.99 for the t-shirt. You can also see the tax is all stated at $1, and then for the t-shirt you could select small, medium, or large. You can also select here if you're tax exempt, you could write yes, and if you didn't like any of that, then you could always reset the form. Now let's say you only wanted to select one of those, that you didn't want to do anything else, that you didn't want a sobriety calculator, you didn't want a t-shirt. If you just select the quantity there, then that's all you would get. You would not get the quantities of the others. So you click reset and it resets the form. Step 2 wanted us to bring in a little bit more, and the first one that I created was this one, and this was just the basic thing that we saw inside of our book. It was a feedback form, so you could create this, you could drop down this, Mr., Mrs., Mr., and then you could put in your first name, your last name, your email address, your phone number, the subject, and then your comments. And then if you would like a reply from here, then yes. And let's just type in, hello, I would like some feedback. And then if you wanted to reset the form, you could reset the form. Then as I started reading into the project a little bit more onto part 2, it wanted a little bit more in-depth. It wanted comments and whatnot. So then I was able to create this one, where you're able to select your product and how many units you bought, and then whether you were dissatisfied or satisfied with the product, and then leave comments. And then you just check here if you bought any of these products. Yes, I bought 2 t-shirts, I bought 1 calculator, and I bought 1 journal. And I could leave comments, loved the journal, calculator is amazing, and t-shirt did not fit. All right. I also selected a part where I could email you your receipts of your purchases. And then I threw in your email address here and then email receipts. So the combination, I believe that what it wanted in part 2 was to have this style form also mixed with this style form, so that way you could leave feedback. But the feedback is also going to be right here in my comments. So those are all going to be registered to me when I see them. When they leave the feedback and they email the receipts, then I'm going to get to see these comments to myself. You could reset the form there as well. Again, it was very fun. And then the third part was the CSS file. So it wanted us to present a CSS file, and I did that by creating just a basic one right here. Body background color green, font familia which is Georgia, and then 30 pics. And then I dropped it into my CSS file right up here. The style 1 CSS is my file that I saved to my computer, and this is the link to it right here. And as you can see in each one of my codes here, the editor is right there, and it is all built properly. Again, it was a lot more fun. You know, the book does some things and it makes it look really good. You know, when it starts, it's yellow in the book, and yet there's no yellow inside of here, inside of my editor, because I don't ever see where they put the H1 or the H4 But what I am assuming is that their style is linked right here to their default. And so that's why in the book it's yellow. And when we create it, it is not yellow. It is just in a white format. So that's my spiel for this week. Hope you love it. Thank you so much.